What's good, everybody? It's your girl, Lady J, back for another makeup tutorial. I hope everybody is doing well. So again, this is going to be another beginner-friendly tutorial, okay? For those of you who might be interested in getting into makeup and not sure, what the whole thing is about. Hopefully I can shed some light and make it easy for you to understand how to, apply makeup. And again, this is going to be beginner friendly. Okay. Is Mother's Day coming up, girls? Mother's Day will be here soon. So we need to get slayed. Okay. We need to get slayed and I'm here to help you. So again, this is beginner friendly. We're going to do, this is light glam. Okay. Light glam. So we're going to review quickly, okay? We're going to review very quickly. So, of course, I washed my face already. And I did a little bit of moisturizer. So, again, this is the Dalba, the Asian skincare line. That's really good for moisturizing your skin. You can use whatever moisturizer you like to use, whatever you have. You can use that. You don't have to go out and buy any high-end stuff, okay? Nivea, Neutrogena has a really good one too. Whatever you like, you can go to the drugstore and get this stuff, okay? You don't have to go to Ulta and buy these designer things or go online and go broke, okay? So that is what I wanted to recap. Also, we're gonna do just a little bit. I'm sure you know how to do this, but we're just going to run through it real quick. Since I already have one layer of the toner, that's that first toner that you put on before you put the double layer serum on. Oh, also, I hydrated my eyes. I used eye drops. Again, that because, this product will dry your eyes out. So make sure you use eye drops. If you don't want to use like a prescription, you don't have to. I think they have that Lumi eye drop in the store. You can just get to keep the redness and stuff and dryness away, okay? We are moisturizing the ears, the face, okay? We need to be well hydrated before we go in with any product because honey, the skin will be dried out, okay? So, also, y'all see my boy in the background? That's my boy, Ra, okay? That's my co-host, Ra. So he'll be here watching things, making sure everything is everything, all right? Be right back. Okay, this is the double layer. This is the second moisturizer that I'm almost out, but I did re-up. So, this is a little thicker. If you can see, it's a little thicker than that first one that we went in with. So whatever skincare you use, make sure it is, that it follows like a regimen from light to heavy. Because it's just layering up the protection of the skin. That's what it's doing. It's just layering up the protection of the skin. And really a little bit of this goes a long way. And maybe your skincare goes a long way too, and that's fine too. So when that dries, see this, look at how the skin is glowing. See how we have come back to life. We're glowing, we're glistening, the skin is looking well hydrated. Okay, that is what we want. We are on the right track. Okay, you see I am lotioning my fingers too. Do that, lotion yours, okay? And then we're just going to go in with the last. So this is the one I was waiting for in the mail from that same skincare company. And this is the cream. See, it has that gel on the side mixed up in there. And it's got little crystals in there. Not crystals, but little balls of the gel in there. So you get a double layer. And really, look at that. A little goes a long way. So we don't really need that much today because you see how hydrated we already are. Okay, the skin is skinning. Okay, it is skinning. So this is the last one we are going in with before we put this dry stuff. Well, you know, of course the moisturizer, the foundation is not drying. Well, it can be because if your skin is mattifying, if your skin is dry and your foundation is mattifying, that means it's going to dry really quick, okay? Look at that. We are moisturized. Get the neck too, girl. Get the neck. Come on down. We got to be well hydrated all over the place. We can't be dry and ashy. All right? Look, it comes with a little spoon thingy, a little scoop. I went straight in with my fingers. Okay, so we are well moisturized. And before we do the eyebrows, of course your eyebrows are slippery, right? Because of all the moisture. Get you a little wet wipe. Go in and wipe off that extra skincare stuff, because it's just going to make your eyebrow product slip right off. So we just need to go back in and just wipe that off. Okay. Pat it dry with a paper towel if it's, too wet. Okay. And then we are ready to do the eyebrows. Okay. One quick tip, for your eyebrows, if they are not, or to ensure that they are not slippery, I'm just going and get you some translucent powder, just a little bit of translucent powder, and just go over, put it in your eyebrows. You can use a brush, you can use a powder puff like I'm using. This is just drying out the eyebrows to make sure that they're not slippery, okay, when you go in to do your eyebrows. Just a little powder, just like that, and they are nice and dry. And then you're ready to create those fabulous eyebrows, girl. Be right back. Okay, so there's just a plethora of eyebrow products that you can use. There's so many ways you can do your eyebrows. I'm keeping it simple today. I'm using this eyebrow, it's like a pomade. It's got a little tiny brush, and it just brushes your eyebrows up and it's supposed to hold them in place, okay? But if you don't want to go in real heavily with product, just use this first. Just brush it through your eyebrows like that. See, line them up. My eyebrows are unruly because they grow different ways. They're curly, they go up, they go out, they go down. So this will help tame them. So just do the same thing for the other eyebrow. And once we get that on, then we're going to clean that up. If your eyebrows are sparse in some areas like mine are, and you put that the brow pomade on there. So the next step that I'm using is this is the Anastasia Beverly Hills brow pencil, and I'm just lightly with light strokes, short strokes to fill in the sparse areas. We're making hair-like strokes, and I know it looks a little dark right now. That's because we do not have any face makeup on yet. But when we put that on, everything will come together and it won't look so dark. When you get to the front of your brow, we want to follow the natural line of the hair of the eyebrows because they go up. They stand up. So just short upward strokes like this. Okay. And then just fill in where they're sparse, okay? If they need some help in some areas, just do that. And then we're going to clean it up because you see how it can look a little off, but we'll clean that up. Do not worry. Mother's Day is coming. You're going to get ready. You're going to be slayed, honey. You're going to be looking good, okay? Don't worry. I got you. Okay, so to ensure that pomade, the the brow pomade is thoroughly distributed throughout your brow. Okay, tiny little thing. This is from Benefits. Okay, get you a spoolie. This is a double-ended spoolie, and then on the other end it has a little brush to clean up your eyebrows with. Get you a spoolie and brush through, comb through the eyebrows to make sure that the product is evenly distributed. Okay, and everything seems to be in place, seem to be holding. I hope so, because my eyebrows are just unruly. Over here they're going one way, they're slanted. On this side they're going up. Just rude and disrespectful. Okay, just rude and disrespectful. So you gotta whip them into shape, girl. Maybe your eyebrows are have better manners than mine. Okay, now don't stress. Okay, because eyebrows are sisters. That's what, that's what the saying goes. They're sisters, they're not twins. So you are not going to get eyebrows perfectly aligned, both of them. Now, if you do, you bad. If you do, you a bad mamma jamma, okay? Kudos to you, girl, but hey, I have not perfected it yet. So anyway, just don't stress, okay? Just fill your eyebrows in. They look good. They're going to look even better when we're done with the face, okay? Did I say Mother's Day is coming? Mother's Day is coming. We need to be ready, okay? But this is beginner friendly, so we're not going to get too crazy, okay? I said I got you, right? Okay, we're cleaning up the eyebrows. So what I like to do is, there are different ways women use, right? So what I do now, I used to use concealer. So today I'm going to use, this is the foundation I'm using today, Maybelline Fit Me. This is a dewy formula, but even though I have combination skin. So this is a dewy formula. This is drugstore product. Really affordable. You don't have to get high-end stuff unless you want to. So don't be stressing about spending a whole lot of money trying to get, a beautiful beat. Can you see the difference? See, I cleaned up this eyebrow, and now we're going to clean this one up. I'm going to attempt to do this for you, ladies, because I love you, okay? So, bear with me, okay? So again, I use the, get the foundation, get your shade that matches your skin to clean up your brows. And just go under, just line it under where you may have gotten out of line, Okay, first of all, I can't talk. Let me just say what I'm going to say first. Let me say what I'm going to say. Can I talk? Okay. Let me say what I'm going to say. Just go underneath and then just follow the brow line. Just like that. Don't hold your breath, okay, like I just did. Because we want you to be here, okay? Now, again, like I said, don't be afraid to use your finger to smooth things out and blend. So we're just smoothing out that little harsh foundation line. And of course, we will clean that up even further. But you see how we have cleaned up under that brow? So if you get a little bit, like if you mess it up a little bit, or you see that you still need to fill it in a little more, you're welcome, do that. Fill it in and just keep going, okay? And we're just going to do the top of the eyebrow. The reason why I started using foundation is because I used to use concealer, which is like 2 shades or, lighter. And some people call that the halo effect or whatever. Okay, listen to me. Trying to talk and do eyebrows. You can't talk and do eyebrows. So anyway, let me say this. So that's why I started using the shade foundation of my skin that I'm going to be using. So you don't have to worry about that. Take your time. Prop your elbow on your table, honey. Prop it up there. Make sure it's comfortable. Okay? Take your time. Don't hold your breath. Okay? You can take a deep breath. Let it out. Don't hold your breath. See that? Sharpen up that tail. Sharpen up the tail, and then use your brush, sponge, powder puff, whatever you want, just to smooth that foundation into the skin like that. Okay. Today we're going to be doing another one shade, one shadow tutorial. One shadow for beginners who are intimidated about using a lot of colors. And plus, using one shadow at a time, and then maybe two at a time. But, you know, that allows you to use your product, use your palette. Okay? Use all your, because, you know, I have been so guilty of, you know, buying all these palettes before I even used one, 2 or 3 times. So don't waste money, okay? Don't waste money trying to keep up with the Joneses. Because these makeup artists that I be following, honey, they got money, okay? And if they don't have the money, these makeup lines, they be sponsoring them. So they send them stuff. And I'm just a little scrub, you see. Ain't nobody sponsoring me. Ain't nobody sending me nothing. So I need to watch my coin. And so do you. So, okay, can you see how the eyebrows... And you see the eyebrows are lining up, okay? All right, so we got the eyebrows done. Create your eyebrows however you want. If you want, you know, really thin ones, then you want to wax them, pluck them, thread them, whatever you do really thinly, and then go in, you know what I mean? And create them thin. If you don't want them thin, then keep them a little medium, thicker, whatever you want. And make your brow. Some people like a bold brow. Depending on the beat that I'm doing, I might like a bold brow. Okay, let me say my disclaimer again. I forgot to tell y'all. So y'all should have reminded me. This is a postmenopausal instruction, okay? Where words be escaping me over here at Ja Rules. Words just be escaping me. So help me, all right? Anyway, so the eyebrows are done. We are going to go in with the eyeshadow base. Okay, it's spring, ladies. Remember, it's spring. We need to brighten things up. Do not be afraid to use color. But because this is for beginners, we're going to use one shadow and it's going to be simple, okay? So, yeah, we're going to do the one shadow look today again. Okay, we are laying the base. Okay, this is a liquid base. If you want your colors, another way you can, if you want your colors to pop, we want something sticky, just like that foundation. I'm sorry, just like that concealer we put on before. This is the same thing. This is a yellow base. It's creamy. Okay, and I have applied it, and I'm just gonna spread it out like we did before. Blend that out. You want to work quickly. Spread it out. Just, I mean, you know, we're only using one shadow, so we want to make sure our base is nice and blended out. Okay. This is a skincare product. It was a free gift. This was a set. There's a set. It came with that Angela Bright and that Sigma. Remember these brushes? This set was a free gift when you got that. I was like, what? So this is for skincare. They gave you a skincare brush set. So use your products any way you want to. Okay, use your tools however you want to use your tools. Okay, are we seeing how that's blending out? Okay, we're going to blend the other eye out, and then we're just going to, you know, get ready to put the eyeshadow on once we have everything blended out. Okay, and then, I don't know why y'all let me keep making these mistakes, okay? See, I got to throw somebody under the bus with me, okay? I'm throwing somebody under the bus with me. So as I watch my makeup tutorials, you know, I review them and I'm like, oh my goodness. I said this. If I call this palette, y'all let me call this palette NYX one more time, okay? Let me call this palette NYX one more time when it clearly says M-O-R-P-H-E, okay? Morphe. Let me call it. Okay, y'all supposed to have my back now. You sit up here making me make a fool of myself, okay? So we're going to get this all blended out, okay? And then we are going to get ready for the eyeshadow, okay? All right, we had to change bases, eyeshadow bases, because that yellow, whatever color this is, I mean, it was not spreading well. It was not spreading well. And then Miss Thing over there, Miss Morphe, you know, the palette, I started putting the eyeshadow on, and she was just clowning. She in here acting a fool. So we changing bases. So we just went in with the LA Girl Pro Concealer, the white. That's what we're going to use. And we are going to stick with Juvia's Place today. Culture 2 palette. Juvia's Place. Honey, her colors be popping. Look at all these colors in here. So I have the Culture 1 and Culture 2 palette. And we are going to be dipping from this yellow. See that yellow right there? You know what? I don't know. We might use a different color because we used yellow before. So, but you see I just put that base on. Spread it out. See how it's creasing right there a little bit? Just use your finger and just pat that out. It comes right out. Comes right out. And so we might have to just take Miss Thing out of the rotation, Miss Morphe, because she is not acting right. Okay, we want to make sure we look great, okay? As great as we can, because it's Mother's Day coming, okay? Mother's Day is coming. We can't be playing around. Okay, so we chose green today. This festive color in the Culture 2 palette. And that's the name of it. Festive right here. Okay, she is really pretty. She's very pigmented. We are using the e.l.f. brush collection. Look at her. So this is the shader brush from e.l.f. Okay, you can get these brushes in Walmart or your local grocery store. I'm pretty sure I bought these brushes in 2022 when I first started, you know, learning how to apply makeup. So all I'm doing is just patting it on with this shader brush. Make sure you tap it off. But if you don't, you know, like, be careful, tap it off though. But it's okay if you get fallout on your face because we have not applied any face makeup yet. Okay. So, but pat it off. Tap off your shadow. Okay. User-friendly, beginner-friendly makeup tutorial. One color, one eyeshadow. We will use a tear duct color too, just to open up the eye. That opens up the eye, so it's not really considered another color. See what I'm saying? So you see how I'm just covering that base? You see there's still some white base up there at the top, and I'm just packing it on at the bottom. Make sure there aren't any patches. Pack it on. Keep going, working upward. Okay, take your time. Make sure you get over here in the corner because we put that eyeshadow base in the corner too. See how we are just going up the eyelid. As you get up to the top of the eyelid, you don't need to put so much on because we do want to blend those edges out. When you get up here, you can use a windshield wiper motion. Can you get your words together, girl? Get it together. And you don't need to use such a heavy hand. And we are kind of backing off that shade a little bit. Okay, one eyeshadow. Don't be afraid to use color, ladies. I know we're used to using like brown, nudes, warm tones, you know what I mean? You know, beiges and stuff. But we want to, you know, we want to get out of our comfort zone and we want to experiment a little. It ain't gonna hurt nobody to experiment a little bit. You see? We're just covering that. Now again, if you like it tight, keep it right here on your lid. But I always kind of end up blowing mine out on the corner like this, dragging it out. That's what I end up doing. Because when I put my base on, I put the base all the way out. You know, I spread it out and I put it all the way out there. So you see how we have covered the base. See that? Okay. We have one shade on. And the only thing we need to do, we're going to use a flesh tone color. We're going to use a flesh tone color like we did before. Or you can use powder, like a setting powder, finishing powder. You can use a powder to help with the blending process. But I am going to use a flesh tone color. Okay, and you can use whatever you want. Just make sure that your color is built up to your liking, okay, before you move on to the next step, okay? Make sure it's as even as you can get it on your eyes, okay? Let me see. How you looking? Let me see how you looking. I'm sure you look fabulous, darlings. Okay, I have not been satisfied with those flesh tone colors, so I'm going to just use some finishing powder to blend this color and to set that brow bone. Remember, we used the foundation to clean up under our eyebrows. Okay, but we want to make sure we set that, and that helps with the blending process. Okay, that's what we're going to do. We're going to blend out that green with this. So this is, I'm using Angela, didn't I tell you? Didn't I tell you you're just going to start grabbing brushes? Now, I had planned on using just this set today. Elf, okay? I already used her shader brush. And look at me grabbing this one. I wasn't supposed to use this one. I told you. You're just going to be grabbing brushes. Then you're going to be having all these brushes to wash. Unless you refrain from being like me and just use the brush, the number of brushes that you say you're going to use, okay? Then you'll be in good shape. So far, I'm doing well. I haven't used that many brushes. And see, we're just blowing that out. Just blowing that out, okay? So that's pretty much done. And then we're going to move on with the rest of the face. But today, we're going to do an eyeliner too. So that's what we're going to do, ladies. So get ready. Get your eyeliner ready. How you looking? What color are you using? Okay. What bright color are we using for the spring? What bright colors are we using? Let me see. Okay. So the lashes are on. That's pretty much it for the eyes. So we have the eyebrows done. We have our one shadow on. If green is your favorite color or whatever, hey, this is your lucky day. We are creating a beat for you ladies who love green. Madam President, you know who you are. This green. Can you work it out? Can you do it? Easy. Easy peasy. Okay? So we are going to do the face. Okay? We're going to do the face, and then we're going to see the eyeshadow pop, and we're going to see how the face makeup brings out the color in the shadow and the eyebrows. Okay, so stay tuned. And again, we are using drugstore products. Okay, this is Maybelline Fit Me. This is a dewy blend. So for you ladies, I am going to use a primer first. I don't use primers, but I'm going to show you, this is the e.l.f. So we are using mostly e.l.f. Tools today, the brushes. So this is the e.l.f. This is a Power Grip primer. So I'm going to use it just for you ladies today before we go in with our makeup. So you just need a little bit on your hands and just put it. Oops, hold on one second. Major mistake. Hold on a sec. You see this fallout that we have around the eyes? Okay, don't panic. Just get you a I'm going to use my micellar cleanser and a one of those little cotton swabs, and just clean up around your eyes before you put anything on there, because you don't want that eyeshadow color to blend in with your face makeup. Okay, so clean that up and then we'll get right to it. Get you some of these little makeup cotton, what do you call these, cotton swab thingies? You know what I'm talking about. Cotton swab thingies. That's what they are. To use to clean up. See how easy it is? Just pat around that eye where makeup kind of dropped. And if you got some around the eye over here, just pat gently. Okay? Clean that up. Do the same thing on the other eye with your cleanser. So I'm using this one today. I ran out of the other one. See how it's underneath the eye? That's why I said it's very important that you do your eye makeup first. Okay? Do your eye makeup first before you do your face makeup. Can you imagine putting foundation on and having this green mixed in your foundation? You don't want to look like Frankenstein's bride, do you? Do you? See how that cleans it up? Okay. Just be careful. Don't poke yourself in the eye trying to rush. Okay? Now listen. When I had to wipe off that first base, that yellow base, I had to go back in and moisturize under my eye. I had to go back in, moisturize again. So guess what? We're going to have to moisturize one more time under the eye so that we don't be dry. Now, this micellar cleanser also acts as a moisturizer. It can, right? It can. If you're comfortable with just using that, then do that. But I'm just going to go in with just a little bit more, because I don't want my under eye to be really dry once I start putting setting powder on. Right. So just go right back in and moisturize under your eye. Under your eyes. Okay? Now 1 minute, I know I had the robe off. Then I had the robe on. Now it's off again, because my place faces north. Okay? Child, we don't get no direct sunlight. And I'm on the bottom. So it's cold in here at times. So I have a little heater right there. Okay, I have a little heater right there. But sometimes it can get a little hot. So yeah, on with the robe, off with the robe. Okay? And today we used these Kiss lashes. So we wanted to be a little, extravagant. I mean, now, if natural lashes is more your speed, honey, do you. Okay? Get you some natural lashes. But these are the ones that I'm wearing today by Kiss. Because, I'm grown. At least I think I'm grown. So, I think I can rock a pair of, what do you call these lashes? Flashy lashes? So, whatever your preference is, girl, do that. Do it till you're satisfied, okay? Don't let nobody tell you you can't, okay? This is the time we're going to do the face, okay? And we're going to see this look come together. Going in with the e.l.f. primer, okay? Remember, get the product, the types of primers that are conducive to your skin type. If your skin is dry, get a dewy primer. If it's oily, get one that's mattifying, okay? I haven't used a primer in a long time. But because I love you, okay, I'm doing this for you. And you. And you. Just put it in the areas where you most likely will shine. You know, where the shine might come through. Okay. Take your time and do it right. Baby, you can do it. Take your time. Do it right. You can do it, baby. Do it tonight. And look, see, it feels kind of tacky. You see, it'll feel tacky, like kind of sticky. All right. So we have our primer on. Where did the lid go? Where did the lid go that fast? Okay. These objects in here, they be messing with me. They be messing with me. I'll be here talking to them too. I'll be here talking to these inanimate objects just like they real people. See? Down there on the floor, acting a fool. Down there on the floor. Whoo, they just ain't gonna act right. Okay, we're going in with the foundation. I'm using a different brush, okay? You know, for the foundation, you have to have like a foundation brush. Now the brush that I used last time, the Lamara, it was an angled contour brush. Honey, she did not make it through the wash, okay? She didn't make it. So I am really hard on my brushes because I be washing the hell out them brushes. You hear me? I make sure I get all the product out. And sometimes they just don't make it. So can we have a moment of silence for the little brushes that didn't make it? Hey man, we're done. So you know what that means? You know what that means? I gotta buy some more brushes. I really like that angle brush. Now this Maybelline Fit Me, this dewy foundation that I'm using today, seems to be full coverage because I only used a little bit, and it's covering the whole face. It's covering the whole face, okay? I only used a little bit. I haven't dipped twice. So if you have already searched how to do that one layer look, you know, where you lay your foundation and your concealer and your contour, bronzer, and blush all at the same time, okay, then you don't have to do this step. But look how this foundation is already making the colors pop on the eyes. Well, it's only one color. We used a setting powder to set the brow bone area and to blend out the green on at the top, right? I don't like this brush. I don't like this brush. I like that other one that I was using. It was softer. But hey, use what you gotta use. Okay, whatever you gotta use that. So we're gonna go in a little bit more for the forehead, okay? So put that up there on the forehead. Okay. If you're wearing a bonnet or whatever, you're not, a scarf, whatever, do-rag, whatever, be careful. Don't get it. Listen, I mean, this is not an exact science, is it? Child, if you get it, chances are you will get it. Don't worry about getting it on your scarf or whatever. See, I just got some right on the edge of my scarf. But ain't that what they made soap and water for? Okay, soap and water washes it right out. And see how, because we use the same foundation to clean up our eyebrows, we don't have two different colors. We don't have like a lighter concealer color around the eyebrows or under the eyebrows. We have the same makeup, same color, same shade, okay? Full coverage means you really don't have to put so much foundation on if it, as long as it covers it well, okay? Covers it, hey, you are good to go, okay? How are we looking? Are you starting to look fabulous? I would like to see your videos at these different stages. Let me see what you're doing. Let me know if I'm helping you, if these tips are helping you. Let me see what you're doing. Let me see what you're doing. Okay. Okay. So that's what we're doing. Just putting the foundation on. Look how the eyeshadow is already popping, girl. And we're not even done yet. We're not even done yet. But we're getting there. Don't forget your neck. Okay. Put some foundation. I'm not putting that much on there because I ain't going nowhere. I ain't trying to hurt nobody. I'm just minding my business over here in Ja Rules. Okay? Kicking it with my boy Ra. Okay? Okay. So we have that on. And if you, again, have applied too much, right? We're going to go in, not even, okay, what you doing? Tripping. Tripping. See? Didn't I tell you how they be acting the fool? Acting the fool. Just don't know how to act. See, I told you. They must want me to show out. And I told you. The light switch. The lamp. Don't know how to act in front of company. Okay? Just acting the fool. Now you know that's bad. When you be up in here arguing with these inanimate objects. But they be in here mocking me. Shoot. Ain't nobody got time. Leave me alone. Just cooperate. And nobody will get hurt. Okay? Just like every time, like, okay. They be trying me. They be playing me close. Like the remotes. I'll drop it on the floor. And then it will roll. You hear me? Roll. Under like a piece of furniture. The bed, couch, chair. Now how does a square or a rectangular object roll? How is that possible? They trying to get me, girl. Well, because I didn't like that that brush felt a little scratchy to me. I'm just gonna make sure that I don't have any streaks from the brushes, from the bristles of the brush. Okay. Are you blending well? Are you blending well? What are you using to blend? Did you put your foundation on with a sponge? Or did you use a brush? What did you use? Okay. All right, so we have our foundation in place and we have blended it out well. Okay, we have blended everything out. Okay, how are we looking? Okay, told you this is just a one eyeshadow, easy, beginner friendly tutorial. Nothing stressful. Okay, all right. You see how we made some mistakes in the beginning with the product? We had to wash it off and start. Excuse me, we had to wash it off and start over. That's okay. Hey, keep it pushing. Today we are using a lighter concealer to conceal with. Okay, this is a lighter concealer by e.l.f. Again, these are very affordable products. Okay, so we're using a lighter concealer to conceal. And while we're waiting for that to get a little tacky, okay, when you let it dry a little bit, it blends better. It stays around a little bit longer, so it blends better. So, in the meantime, we are going to contour the forehead. Okay? Now, y'all didn't help me last time I did the last tutorial. Y'all out here got me looking crazy saying parameter. We supposed to be girls. Perimeter. That's what we're going to be doing. Contouring the perimeter of the face. I need to hurry up and get me some more because look at this. This don't make no sense. It just don't make no sense. This is Makeup by Mario. This is a a cream concealer. Hold on, I want to make sure. That I got that. Because that little hairline thingy is covered up. We don't want that now. We want to make sure that we got all of that. Okay? So, okay. So, yeah. So, the perimeter of the face. I did warn y'all to stay in school and not to be like me, who can't even use words properly. Being a bad influence on people. Trying to do a makeup tutorial without having a grasp of the English language. Okay? But like I said, that's my disclaimer. Y'all heard my disclaimer. This is a postmenopausal situation up in here. So, you know what that means, right? It is what it is. See, look, this is another e.l.f. brush. And it's a narrow brush, which we're going to contour the side of the face with. Remember, bring out the natural shadows in the face. Natural shadows, okay? See how we're doing that? I tend to use a light hand when I use makeup compared to how other makeup artists do. So I really have to get in the habit of using a little more. So, but it just depends on the look that you're going for. If you want like a really soft, natural glam and you need to go to work and you can't be wearing all that makeup, okay, then, do a little soft glam makeup. See? The hairs. We're coming over here on the side of the face. And we're bringing in a natural, dark shadows in our face. See how we're doing that? If I can get a little more out, okay, I can see it. See how that is? Okay, and this brush is perfect for that too. It's already perfectly shaped. Ooh, let me hurry up and go get some more. The jawline, remember we're gonna, for those of you ladies who are nice and slim and fit and trim, and you already have a jawline, okay, you may not need to do this. But sister girl over here, okay? That's what we're doing. But that brings out the natural shadows underneath our jawline that we already have, okay? And you'll see better over here. Please let me see you guys use some of these things, okay? So we're going to go right down here. See how that is? Bringing out the natural. Go underneath the chin. See how we're doing that? Okay. Again, you will use whatever brushes work. Okay. You saw I used a different brush before, but hey. This time it's a different story. Okay. Okay. And then we will contour the nose after we blend out. That's how I like to do mine. Contour the nose. So last time, the last tutorial, I said that we had to set the contour. Last time I used a powder contour and a powder bronzer. If you're using powder products, you don't need to set them, duh. But this is a cream contour, so we will need to set this with a finishing powder. I don't know. I might be brave enough to try. Might be brave enough to try to use the one powder to set the concealer and all over the face. I don't know. We'll see. Cause I don't wanna be looking all crazy. We'll see. I hope you're doing all right. Let me see what you got. What you got going on? You doing okay? All right. Let's keep it pushing. Blending out the concealer. We're just blending it out. Okay. Remember, if it's set, if it dried a little bit and it's hard to blend, get your setting spray. This is what I'm using for setting spray. And spray your sponge and it will redistribute. Okay? So gently pat it out around the mouth. Okay? See how we blended the eyes? Can we see how the look is coming together? We have highlighted under the eyes. Okay? We are brightening the center of the face with the concealer. And we are darkening the perimeter of the face where we have natural shadows. Okay? On the forehead, the cheeks, the jawbone. And we're going to contour the nose too. I like to do mine after I do this. Okay? So we're just going to keep rolling. See how it's already coming together. Look at you. Look how cute you look, girl. Look at you. Go ahead with your bad self. Okay, we are setting the concealer under the eye. Today I'm setting the under eye with the Maybelline Fit Me powder. Ooh, and I hope and pray that let us pray. Well, this is a nice setting powder. It's a finishing powder. It says it's an overall finishing powder for the overall face, but I am going to set my under eye with this. Okay. Now I know that this is a long video. I had planned on making it shorter than my second one. The second one was only like 39 minutes. We are already close to an hour here, but I just felt like I needed to, you know, explain a few extra things. Okay. See how we're blurring the under eye. See that? We are just setting the concealer under the eye. Okay. And I'm patting it off in the top. You can pat it off in your hand, or you can use a towel, or paper towel or something like that, or a piece of paper, whatever you need. And just go in and set. See? And then we're going to go and blend out our contour. Don't worry, we haven't blended it yet. I know we still got 2 stripes. Okay, this is kind of a heavy powder, so you don't really need that much for it to set. Make sure you get on the side of your nose right here. Okay, and we are set. See how that's nice and blurred? The rest of the face looks dewy and wet. Under the eye is set and blurred. Okay. We're going to go up the nose or down the nose. Whichever way you want to go, girl. Whichever way you want to go. It's your thing. Do what you want to do, okay? Do what you want to do. Okay, see how we're setting the center of the face? By now, I'm sure you already got the hang of it. You just know. So tell me what the rule is. When you wet it, what do you do? What does Slim Roche tell us? What she say, girl? If you wet it, you got to set it. Okay? Get on the side of your nose. Get under there. Get in there. Like the wobble. Get in there. Yeah, yeah. Get in there. Hey, big girl. Make them back it up. We are setting the overall face with this MAC finishing powder. So this is a little darker than the setting powder we used under the eye. Okay, and I'm using this because I like this. And see, we are setting the foundation, and we are locking in that contour. See, when you set with this powder, it tones down the contour. I forgot to put the liquid blush on before I did the powder, so I can't go in with liquid blush. Otherwise, this would have toned it down. So we're just going to use a powder blush at the end. Don't fret, my pet. Everything is going to be all right. Don't go up in the light area with the light powder. Don't go up in there, okay? Where we put the foundation and the concealer, that's what we're setting. See, we are making sure we're blending out any harsh lines. But you can see the shadows in the face, the size of the face. You can see the shadows up here in the forehead. Okay, we are setting around the lighted areas. Okay. Everything looks harsh because we have not sprayed it yet, but we're going to. Okay. Okay. We put a little foundation under the neck, so make sure you set. We put contour right here, so we want to just, lightly go around that area. Pat, pat, pat. See? Okay. And we're almost done. Okay, we are setting the contour down the nose. Because it was a cream product, you have to set it. Okay, if you use a powder contour, you don't need to set it. That was my mistake last week. So what I'm doing is I'm using the Maybelline Fit Me that I used to set the under eye with. I'm using that powder to smooth out that concealer, and it softens it out. Okay, we have definition in the face. Okay, we are on the move. Oops, yeah, that's the light powder. Okay, I was finna say, ooh, girl, almost messed up. Because I would hate to have to wash all this off, and I would not be starting over again, not today anyway. Okay, so we're almost done. And remember, it's Mother's Day, girl. We moving. We are about to be done. Okay, we have applied the powder brush. I said brush, didn't I? Blush, okay. We have sprayed the face. I use this e.l.f. setting spray, the e.l.f. Oh my gosh. This stuff, I was like this far away spraying, and it still gave me a black eye. Goodness. Got to be careful with this. And remember, where you blush, when you're flush, your face is flushed, and you blush, that's where you put your blush, okay? Underneath the eye, because my cheeks blush all the way down here and all the way back here. So bring it under the eye and over to the side. Okay, bring it under the eye, bring it on the corner, because we want to be able to see this blush. Okay, all right. And we'll do the lips, and then we're done. Okay, honeys, this is the finished look. One color, beginner friendly tutorial, hopefully for Mother's Day. Hopefully you can see. Okay, we use one color, green. We use one tear duct color, green highlighter. So we decided to go with a red lip today, honey. Okay. Today's jewelry comes to you from your girl, Miss Patricia Cotton. Okay, paparazzi sales lady, honey. I thought that this would be appropriate with black. Okay, if you need something, to spruce your little look up or whatever after you have beat your face from Lady J, okay, go holler at my girl, Miss Patricia Cotton, and get you some of this beautiful paparazzi jewelry, okay? What do we think? What do we think? This is my third tutorial. Okay, beginner friendly, one shadow, one look for Mother's Day. I hope you like it. Again, this is your girl, Lady J, and I'm out.